Hi, I'm Diane Bolden, executive coach and author of The Pinocchio Principle, Becoming a Real Leader. How do you get things done? If you're like most people, you probably have a to-do list a mile long, and it never gets any shorter because as soon as you check one thing off, there's 2 or 3 more things that you have to add to it. Likely you spend a lot of time trying to figure out what belongs on that to-do list and exactly how to break things down, what to do when and in what order. The temptation and the tendency with to-do lists also is that we tend to treat everything on them equally. So you'll spend a lot of time running around checking boxes, really busy, but not necessarily all that productive. And more often than not, your to-do list can hang heavy over your head, haunting you even in your quiet hours. I fall into it too. But one weekend I tried to do something different, and I thought I'd share it with you because it might just help you as much as it helped me. Now, I will always have a to-do list. It helps me feel organized and on top of things. But I had recently experienced the power of having a vision in my work and in my life. And so I decided I would try to apply it in a new way. So, in addition to my checklist, my myriad of items that needed to be accomplished in the weekend, I created a vision of what I wanted it to feel and look like when it was done. My to-do list had the usual stuff on it, like wiping the kitchen counters, doing the dishes, cleaning out the refrigerator, sweeping the floor, dusting, yada, yada, yada. But my vision only had a handful of items. For each cluster of to-do list things, I had a vision of what it would look like and feel like when it was done. So, with the example that I just gave you, my vision was a clean and tidy kitchen that felt light and airy when I walked into it. And I took some time to really feel what that would feel like and see it in my mind's eye. And I took it a step further because in addition to wanting to achieve that end goal, what I really wanted also was to enjoy the process a little bit more. I wanted it to be fun and playful and light. So I took some time to get myself into that feeling state first before I actually started doing anything. And what I found was that I actually ended up accomplishing a lot more over the weekend than I normally do. And I didn't really have to refer to my to-do list all that much. Interestingly enough, what I also found was that rather than having to amp myself up to get myself to do things, I found myself compelled to do little things, to seize little moments to get things done that I wouldn't have otherwise even thought about. And I also had great insights on what to do when, and how exactly I could do it in the most efficient and effective way that I might not have otherwise thought about. What I thought was really neat about this is that rather than feeling drained after having gotten everything done, I actually enjoyed the process. It was as though rather than having to whip myself into action, the action was coming through me and informing me of what to do. Form follows function, and when you let your vision guide your actions, it will surprise and delight you. I didn't get all the little checklist items on my to-do list done, but when I reflected on what I did accomplish, all the most important things were addressed. And in addition to feeling really good about what I accomplished, I realized I felt really good all along the way too. I didn't get bogged down in little details and I didn't go down distracting rabbit holes. So since that time, I transferred that approach to my work week. And what I'm finding is that I'm getting more done there too. And I wanted to share this with you because it's one more example of how you too can enjoy extraordinary results with less effort and more joy. But don't believe me just because I'm telling you. Try it for yourself so that you can experience firsthand what it can do in your life.